Hello everyone, welcome back to Crisis Academy. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a very important topic titled, What is a crisis? And this is important in understanding the concept of crisis communication. In the field of public relations, which crisis communication as a whole is a subspecialty, crisis management and crisis communication are three key concepts that are intertwined and interwoven. Crisis create the needs for crisis management, and during crisis management, when an organization is in turmoil or disarray, the need for communication is critical. So therefore, an organization must understand how crisis communication and crisis management work hand in hand. And this is also important for both practitioners and communication scholars. But here is the challenge. There is no single agreed definition of crisis. Scholars have described crisis differently. For example, in 1986, a scholar called Stephen Fink, in a book he wrote, Managing Crisis, Planning for the Inevitable, he described crisis as a turning point in an organization, for better or for worse. In the same vein, a scholar called Timothy Combs also defined crisis in 2007. He said a crisis is an unexpected situation that threatens the expectation of stakeholders and has a negative outcome on an organization's reputation. Even though these two definitions define crisis differently, but they have highlighted the key attributes of a crisis. One of it is crisis is perceptual, which means if an organization's stakeholders believe that there is a crisis situation in that organization, then that organization must act on it. For example, if an organization's stakeholders believe that a product has defect, then that organization must quickly respond to that stakeholder's demand. Otherwise, the organization will fall into full-blown crisis. The second one is that a crisis situation is a threat to an organization, which means that a crisis can damage the entire reputation of that organization. No matter how many years that organization spent in building that reputation, crisis can destroy its reputation and relationships with all stakeholders. Then the third one is crisis is unexpected, so which means that a crisis can happen at any time. No organization will say that they know that this crisis is coming. Most at times crises are unexpected, unless if that situation has been developing in the organization for a very long time, but crises are always unexpected. So these are the key attributes that both definitions have highlighted. Furthermore, recent trends have shown that crisis is not only a danger to an organization, but it can also be an opportunity. For example, the Chinese definition of crisis combines both threat and opportunity. Crisis is a threat because it can damage the reputation of an organization, and it is also an opportunity for an organization to build or rebuild trust, to ensure that systems work properly, and also to build new relationships. So I want to end this topic by saying that crisis is an unexpected, threatening situation that is shaped by stakeholders' perception. And always remember that in the life of an organization, crisis is not a matter of if, but when. So organization must always be prepared. In our next video, we will be discussing on how organizations respond to crisis and the role communication plays in the process. Stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.